a drum, like a gong ding dong. Everybody sing along, gonna crash like a mighty wave.
Hi HGTV, welcome to our home.
Come on in.
So this is the foyer. This is the main entrance to the home. We have two sets of double doors behind you. And then you can see the grand staircase here. It's obviously all original. It's been restored. This took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to bring back to what it looks like today. We bleached all the pine floors. They're original. If you look at this space, this is what kind of represents what the rest of the house looks like.
So the Iron Victorian is what we named the house. It's built in 1869. Basically the original owner of the house, his name is George Greenaway, and he was a blacksmith. And so the word iron comes from his work doing ironwork, and obviously this home is Victorian style. And it's funny now, it's like people in town are like, oh, there's the Iron Victorian. Like we are the Iron Victorian. Yeah, we don't have names anymore. Yeah, we don't have a name, so we're just the Iron Victorian, which is great.
Right off of the foyer is the living room, and this is really the heart of our home. This is where we spend most of our time. Usually you can find this space filled with toys and games and all kinds of stuff. This is where we just live. So the sofas were recovered with a leather that is stain-proof resistant, and so we did a lot of testing. We did wine, mustard, grape juice, and it all wipes up. Even some pen was easy to get off. You know, people are like, oh my gosh, your furniture is like, it's white and we can't sit on it, and you can do anything on this. We have the stone fireplace here. This is original, and actually, when we bought the house, this was painted. It was painted tan, which is so sad because we didn't realize what even it was. And so when we were restoring the floors in here, Michael, my husband, was like, oh my gosh, Cristy, this is stone. And he started uncovering that this was marble down here. And so this took forever, but so worth it because it's a showpiece in here. And then of course the frame TV. So we bought the TV and the frames are like $600 or something. And Michael's like, there's no way I can make that and I can make it better than you can buy it. So he DIY'd that and painted it gold and, you know, added a bunch of patina on it to make it feel, you know, authentic to the space. And then also, obviously, there's 5 floor-to-ceiling windows in this space, which just bring in so much natural light. So we hardly have the light on in here. It's just so bright and light, and it's nice to see the yard and the gardens from this room as well. So this is our dining space, and believe it or not, we actually do eat in here. We have a marble table here that we got secondhand, and a little bit of a modern flair with the black and white striped chairs. The showpiece, obviously, in the room is this beautiful chandelier. Also came secondhand for $200. And then all the architectural elements, right? So when we first looked at this house, we realized very quickly that this house had it all still here. Original doors, original molding, original flooring, the ceiling medallions, it was all still here. It needed love in every single corner, but the original details were here, and that's what spoke to us. So all of the stuff that was sort of done over the years, we removed and peeled it back to its like original format. This is all wood, original molding. The flooring in here is so beautiful. It's got like a striped pattern to it. We exposed some brick when we first started to renovate the house, just as like a fun way to show some original detail also. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen, and this room is actually probably my favorite. Yes, we use it every day, and it's, you know, another one of those heart of the home type rooms, but this one I love because this embodies everything that we believe. We believe that you can make any space beautiful with any budget. You don't have to do a full gut redo every single time in every single room. This is exactly what we did here. So we took what was here and tried to do our best to make it pretty where we could live and love it for a while. So these cabinets were here, we painted them white, changed out the hardware, we did some new appliances, and then, you know, secondhand finds, right? So this is an actual library table from France that we found secondhand. And then, of course, we always have to do something a little bit different. And so we hung all of these dried flowers, and these are all grown from either our garden or Michael's mom's garden. And so we replace them like once a year just to keep their vibrancy, but it's just a super fun way to bring the outdoors in, which we always like to do. One other really fun aspect is this headboard here. So this was a headboard that was broken. It's a Victorian style headboard, and Michael had the idea to make a vent hood out of it. So DIY'd that baby up, But then my favorite is the cabbageware collection over here. So this is sort of a mix of old and new. I have a lot of secondhand finds, some new finds. I have all different brands of cabbageware. This is definitely something that will always be here. I keep it out year round. We use it, we love it. Love the green pop too in the kitchen. So this is our main floor bathroom, and actually the only bathroom with running water in the house. This is where we all bathe. This is where everybody does everything. This was the first room that we renovated when we got the house, because when we bought it, there was nowhere to go to the bathroom. So we knew right off the bat we had to get a bathroom up and running. And we found this original marble top in the carriage house attic. And originally it wouldn't have been used as a sink because there wasn't running water at that time, but they used it as like a wash space where they had like a rag, and this would be like in their bedrooms. We took another Victorian headboard, turned it upside down, and made a vanity here that sort of fit with the space. We have the floral wallpaper and the bowood pattern, and we restored a clawfoot tub. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this big house and you have this little bathroom. Yes, it's a pain point, but right now it works. It's what we have. So it beats the heck out of, though, when we first got the house, there was a basement shower, and we did go down into the basement and there were shower shoes involved. It was like camping. And it's a story that we tell everybody because people think it's always glamorous, but when you're restoring, renovating, especially an old place, it's not always what you think.
Upstairs is not quite finished yet. The foyer, as you can see, I only painted up as high as I could reach, and you can't see that from downstairs, so I thought it was cool. We still have to do our primary bedroom, our bathroom, and our closet, but what I can show you is our son's room and our brand new nursery. This is our son's room. We were super excited to do this room. Obviously, it's a very special thing. He was our first baby. So I'm gonna just go ahead and address the balloon in the room. This hot air balloon, we were looking for baskets. We were looking for maybe even a real hot air balloon, but they're way too big, obviously, to fit in a house. So I actually made this basket. I hand wove this basket, and then this is made out of PVC that I just bent and formed and then hot glued fabric to it. And then this is actually really special too. My mom restored this, but this was hers as a kid. So she got this for Lincoln and painted it. It was red, which didn't go with the house, so she knew we'd want it painted white, and it goes really great in here, obviously. We just added his big boy bed, got rid of the crib, which we were sad about, but it was time. We went with a Victorian headboard. Obviously, it fits the house. Really, most of this room is a lot of old things, not a ton of modern, so we thought, the light should be modern. And it kind of goes with the hot air balloon. It's kind of the same shape, so we love that. This is gonna be the new baby's room. This room was a disaster when we got the house. It was a purple bathroom. All the molding was all ripped out at some point, so that's when we went with the coffered ceiling. I am awful at math, so this was really interesting to figure out, but it turned out really well. So behind me is a little mini motorcycle that we bought online, and then it wasn't quite right, so I actually changed a bunch of different things on it. I painted this motorcycle. This was something that I definitely had to fight for and negotiate for, but Cristy absolutely loves it now. The room was feeling really elegant and beautiful, which is great, but it also didn't quite feel like a little boy's room. So we actually wanted to add this kind of industrial partition, expose the brick, so it kind of felt a little more like a loft, kind of like a masculine feel, but then has a little bit of whimsical touch for a nursery. If we have another baby, I don't know, we'll have to come up with something big. Maybe you'll just like have a car bed, but like maybe a real car bed. One of our favorite spaces is actually outside the house. We love being in our gardens, and we're outside as much as we possibly can.
This is our raised planter garden, and these garden boxes were made by Michael. So these were made DIY style, and we wanted them to look like a French sort of planter, not just a regular raised garden bed. So you'll see they have a lot of extra details on them. They have the brass lions and then the brass strapping, just to give them a little bit something extra special, something a little bit different. This side, aside from these roses, is our cut flower bed. And so we use these, we hang these from the kitchen ceiling or to make flower arrangements with. This didn't all come at once. So the first year that we decided to add these raised beds, we did 2 beds. The next year we added 2 more, and the next year we added another 2. So sometimes it's easier just to like add as you go, and that's kind of what we've done here. So this is our greenhouse, and this actually functions as a working greenhouse most months out of the year. And this space we put together to feel like old world, Victorian style. We installed a marble paver floor, and then we just have like all of these patinaed pots with various kinds of plants. This is just a space that we really love to come enjoy, have a cup of coffee.
Thanks for checking out the Iron Victorian.
You are welcome here anytime.